You know, it's such a bright and sunny day. Everything just feels so good today. You know what I'm saying? I just see a new light. You know what I'm saying? I can see the trees. I'm not blind anymore. Since I met you, Jesus Christ. See, there's a smile on my face that comes from within, from up above. I've been so alone. Yeah. I've been so let down. Some of my closest family and friends, they could not be found. Yeah. I called on them day and night, got no answer. They didn't help me out. But when I called on Jesus, his line was clear. Answer my call and wipe away every one of my tears. He held me in his strong, tender arms and loved me so well, gentle and warm. Gave me his peace that comes from within. Loose my shackles and set me free from sin. Everything is so brand new. Yeah, everything it feels just fine. Oh, fine. Since I met you, Jesus Christ, everything is so divine. Oh, got into some trouble. Yeah. That I wasn't looking for. No, I called myself a lawyer. He looked at my chart and said, ain't nothing I can do for you. But then I called on attorney Jesus. He took my case and touched the judge's mind. See, my God, he worked out all of my time. The doctor in the sick room in jail, he will go your best. He healed the sick and raised the dead. 5,000 he fed with a little bit of fish and bread. He'll do for you what you will allow him to do. That's why I can say, yeah, everything is so brand new. Everything, it feels just fine. Since I met you, Jesus Christ, yeah, everything is so divine. Yeah, everything is so brand new. It's so brand new to me. Everything, it feels just fine. Everything, it feels just fine. Since I met you, Jesus. Since you became my Lord, everything is so divine. It's just so divine. Since I met you, Jesus. Since I met you, you picked me up. You turned me around. I just can't stop praising your name. Since I met you, you've been my friend. I love you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus. You are my Lord. You picked me up. You turned me around. You placed my feet on solid ground. I no longer worry. I no longer fret. 'Cause I know that you never failed me yet. I met you, Jesus. I met you, Jesus. I met you, Jesus. I met you, Jesus. You've been so good. You've been so good. You've been so good to me. You've been so good to me. Jesus Christ, since I met you, Jesus. I love you. Since I met you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus. You are my Lord. You are my Savior. Since I met you. Order in the court. Order in the court. Order in the court. Okay, we are in session. We are in session. Maya's Temple. Order in the court. As you come in, please like, subscribe, and share. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome to all my mankind, humanity, the spiritual realm. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The ones that are meaning good intent, balanced intentions, pure heart. If you come later, welcome later on. Because I'm up here a little earlier. But anyway, I'm still going to do my thing. Because I know I still got an audience, whether it's people or not. So yeah, we about to get into it. Have a little fun. But you are now entering into the swaying of the scales, the Libra scales. And this is not the physical, it's more spiritual, based on your intents, your heart, motives, and pure intentions. Y'all, we have welcomed the new moon in Aquarius that just happened on the 9th. And then one of my close loved ones, happy birthday, happy solar return, happy Earth Day to them on the 9th. I told them, but I'm sending a shout out. One of my dear loved one Aquariuses. And we were talking not too long ago on the phone. I was telling them how this is their time. You know, I told them they were ahead of their time, like I am too. But you know, we're getting into the era of we're gonna have to be what they say, righteous rulers and not abuse power. Because you know, we all have been guilty. Ain't nobody perfect. It's nobody that has not sinned and come short. And when I say sin, I'm talking about the lower desires, that animal nature, that this flesh we wrapped up in, you know. That's what the goal is, to overcome that and the alchemical process of becoming gold. You know, when you see gold, I don't know if anybody ever seen it. I've seen it actually in its pure form on the internet and in pictures and things like that. You know, when it's first discovered, when they digging for it, all over the lands of this world, because there's gold all over. It was even gold. It's still, I'm sure it's still, they ain't distracted at all, which they tried to when they came, over here and take it back to Europe. But when they digging for it, when they find it, it doesn't look like it looks. Once we, see it all shiny and yellow and beautiful, it has to go through a process. The gold has to go through that fire. And once it go through that fire a few times of refinement, and I'm sure every element is alive. It's not just because it's an element doesn't mean it doesn't have an energy to it. So it's alive. So I'm pretty sure that it's not a good feeling when it goes through that process of fire and refinement and being burnt down and stripped and burnt out. But as we can see, once it gets to the final process, such a beautiful sight to see. And there's so many other metals that we have been programmed to believe that are not as valuable as gold, and they have more power than gold actually does. It's just about the programming and things and such. So we're gonna go and get into it, and we're gonna do something a little fun. And this is a video. I don't know if anybody's seen this, but this is what the Boondocks. I think they got it. They said that our brother Tyler Perry didn't want them to play it as a episode on the Boondocks. And I'm gonna be honest, I love Medea shows. I looked at all of them. I ain't even gonna sit here and hold you. I made my auntie rest in peace. She introduced us to Medea. A lot of the church ladies was into Medea, and that was a way for them to come from church and wind down and kick back. And the family would look at the Medea episodes and stuff like that. And I enjoyed them all. I even seen up to what the last one, Boo.
Maybe it's not, but I look at them. But I know one thing: my males in my family, they was not into they even when they were younger. They did not like to see that. They wasn't into seeing Medea like that. And I always was like, wow, like I thought maybe like they were. I was like, y'all don't like to. They was like, no, we don't like to see no man. They were very young talking like that. I'm like, okay. And now that time goes on, I see a lot of men have felt and feel that way about Medea. They just couldn't relate to that woman, man being in a dress like that. I know, like they say, we as the indigenous black women, we have been more accepting to the men, the homosexual drag and the what is it called? The I don't want to be offensive, the trans or whatever. So we have been more accepting into bringing them in, gatekeeping and protecting them from the uh, heterosexual male, because a lot of times, they were put in danger, and it was very offensive to the heterosexual male. But we have been the protection for them, and you know, bringing them in. And now you fast forward to 2024. A lot of them, nah, no, I'm not saying everybody, but it seems like they ain't got time for us. They don't like us no more. The black women or whatever. I don't know if the sisters have done things to them. It's two sides. And no, it's actually three sides of their story. But honey, they not as nice as they used to be. Because I know recently I was at a location where there was a lot of people into the LGBT community, and I was just there. I'm not even there. I'm not at this point. Uh, um celibacy. I'm into celibacy. Honestly, I'm just keeping it 100. I'm working on myself. I don't have nothing against people being in that community, because it's none of my business what people do in the bedroom. I was raised in Christianity, Pentecostal holiness. They taught us that that was an abomination and all this kind of stuff about how God don't like a man and a man together. But as I grew up and researched and did my study, and I see it comes to be that a lot of the people that was writing those books was into that lifestyle. You know, allegedly, and this is for spiritual entertainment. Let me read it. Let me read my disclaimer. Because I want to say it right. I like how I put it. So I want to say it right. Mm. All topics are for entertainment, spiritual teaching, and enlightening purposes, based off of Moon Goddess 7 opinions and perceptions of how she sees things on all levels. Disclaimer. All right. So as I grew up and matured and got knowledge of different religions and different aspects of life, and studying sociology and psychology, and just hands on in the community, and just being a regular spiritual being having a human experience, I see that it's a lot of people that are into different lifestyles. Now, the problem I have, I don't care about what you do in your bedroom. I don't care. That's you. Because some people say they're born that way, and it's possible. I don't know everything. So it's possible that some people are born with more of one hormone than the other. I mean, it's defects, and they say even in nature that's natural. They say that we've always had people that was in that community in society all throughout time. So that's very possible. Because I know I had worked with a hermaphrodite. This was a person that was born with both genitalia, male and female, and she was like, she can make a baby and she can carry one. And I was like, really? And she was like, yeah, I've always been that way. I was born that way. And so I've heard of it, but I've never, thought I would meet one, but I did. And she was my patient. So I got face to face, one on one contact with a hermaphrodite, which I think was an amazing experience because, she would tell me about her experience in life and what she went through, and just getting a history of how it was from her point of view to be a hermaphrodite. So I don't have a problem with what people do, but I had a problem with forcing something on other people, and I have a problem with these people in political power and their agendas. And also, I have an issue with children. They trying to say that children can choose at a certain age to be another sex, and I don't think that's right. So yeah, I don't got nothing to do with what nobody do. And on top of that, with what they talking about with this guy, let me bring him up. Dude. Sorry. So this guy, they're all talking about how he's gay and this and that, or allegedly. This is Moon Goddess perception of how she sees things on all different levels. It's my spiritual. It's for spiritual, entertainment, and educational purposes. So it's say Club Shay Shay. That could be either or, but that do sound kind of feminine, right? But I don't have a problem. That's his business. If that's his girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever he call him, that's his hairstylist. If that man, if he's happy, I'm happy for him. As long as he's not doing that down low stuff and putting other people in danger, and he ain't messing with no kids and stuff like that, I ain't got no problems with it. And he's a wonderful what is it, interviewer or whatever. He knows how to ask the right questions, and it does seem like that he be on the edge sometimes, maybe kind of crossing the borderline a little, because maybe he's into them groups of people that of power and hierarchy and stuff. But he does get it out there, and he does some wonderful. And I wouldn't care who he would date, because I ain't never been attracted to him like that anyway. Which he ain't an ugly man, he a nice looking man. But if that man is gay, that's his business. I ain't got no problems with him, and I still look at his show if he is, as long as he ain't harming no kids. As long as he ain't, being doing that thing, like I said, on the down low, where he lying to these women. Now, maybe in his past when he was younger, he might have struggled with it, but now it seems like he might got it all together. He ain't harming nobody. I ain't got no problems with it. And these some hating ass black people, because they hating on that man because he getting all these fucking hot ass views and interviews, and these people is just he breaking the internet as a in his sector as a podcaster, and they are hating. I mean, Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? That's why I put up there like you can't. Boy, they it's okay to do good, but they do not like to see you doing better than them. That's why it's good to just go on when you're gonna be a big time person or a personality. Go and tell on yourself. That way they don't have nothing to use against you. And this man right here, child, he told too much. I think. I don't. He done told too much. This one done told too much. It's bad how I feel compassion for him. I'm not a big fan of this individual because they really do seem like when they do their comedy they pick on people. But honey, he struggled with himself. He struggled. He struggled with he struggled. I don't know who this is. Okay, we don't want to see that. Yeah.
Oh man, things got spicy. Monique sat down for a new episode of Shannon Sharp's podcast Club Shay Shay, and she had a lot to say about Oprah, Tyler Perry, Kevin Hart, Tiffany Haddish. Here's a clip of her having some words for Tiffany Haddish. Check this out.
And the conversation turned to Monique. And she said, well, I don't do business like Monique do business, and I'm glad I don't have that husband of hers.
But she don't know your husband.
And when I saw that, it's like, Tiffany, if you had a husband like mine, you may not have 2 DUIs. If you had a husband like mine, you may not be caught up in what looks like you could have been grooming a child. And I say all of that with no judgment. But when you speak about having a husband like mine, you open up the door. And I'm saying to you, if you had one like mine, you may not sit in these positions that you can't explain the next day.
Right.
Or it's a hard way to go. So once again,
well, she doesn't even have a husband, let alone like yours.
Well, damn it! Now you said it.
Oh my God!
Damn, Shay Shay.
Yo, LLJ. Cool.
Oh, they mad with him about that, boy. She don't even have a husband, and I don't really think that it's a big deal if you got one or not, because I'm not patriarchal. I think it's okay. I think this system has, made it seem like the men are more valuable than the women and all this and that to put us against each other and, keep women oppressed and all that. But if you got a husband and you love him and he a good man, I'm happy for your motherfucking ass. I mean, and it is some good men out here. I ain't saying they perfect, but it's some decent ones. If you can build with somebody, why not? We all ain't got to be the same. We all ain't got to be celibate if we don't want to. If we can get it in with somebody and it's working out and we can build, then good. I'm happy for you. I don't expect everybody to be like me. Just because I'm doing something, I expect if we building something together, we supposed to have the same intentions, the same mindset, and the same motives and on the same page. But you do not got to live like I got to live. Like if I decide I want to ride a horse, you don't have to ride no horse. I mean, how could I be like that? Okay, let's say if I wanted to be with a woman, okay, let's say I got me a girlfriend and I decided that I'm done with men, it's over. Why I expect everybody else to do that? It's going to be some women that still going to want some daggone fellas. Okay? Everybody ain't got to come on now. That's crazy. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I don't care how much agenda they push. It's always going to be a woman that's going to desire a man. Okay? It's always going to be a man that's going to desire a woman, okay? Nature versus nurture. That's all I'm saying. But let me play this.
Oh, JR.
Well, look, there's do we have DL Hughley? Because him and Monique they've been going at it for a little while.
We do.
They as much as Monique had something to say on there, you could tell these two dislike each other a lot.
Every time I see Monique these days, she's on doing some greasy ass video with her and her daddy complaining about something or working out. I don't know nobody that work out that much and gain weight unless every crunch you do has got Captain in front of it. But apparently she goes on Club Shay Shay and tells the story about how she came on my radio show and I wasn't there at the time. And my co-host Jasmine Sanders played a game that we played all the time with everybody called Would You Rather. She apparently was so
and that game that they played was bullshit because I would have been offended too. Y'all know who Corinne talking about? Would you rather your husband have unprotected something with somebody, I think some gay man, or get some oral fellatio from head from Korean Stephanie. We know who that is. That's that lady. That's the video vixen that ran around giving oral pleasure to everybody that's famous. And some of them she did it for free, and she wrote a book about it and got popular and famous off of that. So that is offensive. Like I guess she feel like they was trying to insinuate something, but he don't have no emotional intelligence. Poor thing, to know that he would even offend her like that. I don't think like you gotta look at people and know them like and know them spiritually. He really don't know that was offensive. I really sincerely believe that, and he struggles with things within him, with greed and what is it, even parenting. You know, he told years ago about what happened with his baby. Oh, and he told that you know what he told her how he prayed because he was young. He prayed for that baby. See, he prayed for that baby to disappear because he's the type of person when he look at the big picture and how it would affect his marriage. Like that's how a lot of people are. A lot of people are real. See, we don't want to believe that we got this kind of mess within us. If you get in a between a rock and a, you know, if you fall to your Lord his eyes, he went out there, got him a good piece of side, you know, piece of side piece, right? Went out there, got him some on the side. That lady wanted to be put on the insurance policy. His wife didn't know he had that baby. When that baby passed, that baby was 9 months. Y'all know I'm not making no excuses because I don't hate him, but I don't like his comedy like that. And I've always had a problem with him and a few others, which I don't hate these people. Because what we don't realize is that if some of us was put into some of these situations, we might would have done much worse, honestly. Because we all got dark and light in us. I'm just saying. He did not want that baby to mess his money up in his home life because that man is all about financial stability and he's about having somebody to stick with him. So if somebody threatened that, even a kid, they gotta get up out of here. I'm just keeping it a book. Like that's the type of person he is. That's how he is. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. But I'm saying that when I'm looking at these people, I'm really reflecting on myself too. Like I'm not sitting up here on a hate train for Tyler. I'm not on a hate train for Oprah. I'm not on a hate train for P. Diddy or none of them. Because guess what? No matter how bad they have done and the worst thing that they have done, we gotta realize we all are the collective. We are one. And if we were in those positions, I'm wondering would we have behaved if we had that kind of power in the Pisces era? We might wouldn't have done all that because I know I'm not into that stuff. Like I've had opportunities to be around those types. I've been around those kind of not those kind of people, but I've been around billionaires. I've not been around those people, but I've been around people on higher levels, and it's some things I still wouldn't do. But I might not would do that with the kids. I might wouldn't you know hurt no child or whatever, or I might wouldn't take no children would wish for no child to pass. But it's a lot of people that would. And me, even me, if I got in between a rock and a hard place, think about it. You got plenty of people that ain't gonna come out. At least he had the boldness and he had the nerve to tell it. Like he ain't dealt with it because I could tell he's not internalizing. He needs to come to terms with himself, within himself, about that situation with his daughter and the situation about that baby. Now he put it out there, but he needs to maybe stop beating himself over the head about it and deflecting and stuff and just work on himself. And if he got to cry or whatever and say, you know what? I messed up. I messed up with my daughter. I messed up with that baby. I can't go back and change it, but I can be a better person now and tell other people not to make the same mistakes as me. But I commend him because a lot of motherfuckers would have went in their grave with that shit. I know. I'm wondering. I might win them because I tell them my cousin that I spoke to, the Aquarius, he said, you used to tell on yourself and tell on everybody else too. He said, you used to do that when you was a kid. He said, we be like, we can't tell you nothing, girl. I said, I know. I said, I know. I said, but as I grew up, I learned how to hold things and realize that I just can't, I can't tell on myself and everybody too. Like, it's not time for it all the time. You know, I'm a truth teller too. I will tell on myself. And I ain't no snitch. I'll do it in your face. I ain't gonna go behind your back. I'll do it right in your face. I'm not no snitch. I keep it 100. But it's a time for everything. But if it's something hurting people, you gotta tell it. You gotta do your part. Even if nobody else will listen or do nothing about it, you gotta do your part. You cannot be a conspirator because the blood is on your hands too when you sit around and let stuff go on. But I give him he got big balls to come out and tell that he prayed for his baby to pass because his wife didn't know about it. And it's a lot of other motherfuckers that would have did the same thing. It's some motherfuckers out here that would have probably took that. Now I ain't saying this is. Let me read this disclaimer. Let me read the disclaimer. I ain't making no excuses. All topics are for entertainment, spiritual, and teaching and enlightening purposes, based off of Moon Goddess 777 opinions and perception of how she sees things on all levels. No, I'm just saying. Everybody's like, "Oh, he's so horrible," and I said that too. I was like, "Oh, this motherfucker is a terrible person. Oh, how could he pray for that baby and hide it from his wife? And how could he let his friend essay his daughter, and he forgave him and still stayed around him? You know what? That's not happening in my family. I can't judge him because I ain't do that shit. But it's motherfuckers that get SA little kids that get SA all the time. These people is in the high levels of society, got children. They in the church. They working at McDonald's. They working for the government. They working for all forms and levels in society. And they go ahead and still be cool with the people and do not disown and prosecute that family member or that high level friend or that pastor because they value that friendship and that relationship with that family member and that connection to that pastor. They value that more than they value the child. Okay, I've seen it. So we can sit here and I give him balls. I give him props for having the gall to admit it. Now he has to do the work on himself and he'll be okay. It's not over for him because a lot of people can't admit that they did something like that. I give him shit. That's a lot to admit that, and he did that in his stand up, and now he paying for it. But if he would come to terms with himself and work on himself and realize that, honey, it ain't the end of the world. Yeah, you fucked. That was pretty wicked. But honey, we got shit in us. And the thing is, controlling them demons and using them for our good and the purposes to benefit the collective, okay? And that's what I had to realize. That's why I got off of here for a few months because it ain't about me getting up here gossiping about these people. P. Diddy he was out of pocket, and a lot of them is. But that's what happened when you walk in ego, you know? And a lot of our people like this man here, he's not as famous. And I guess Cat Williams has compassion on him. I guess because Cat Williams know it took a lot for him to admit that. So Cat Williams like, I ain't gotta say nothing because that man already was his judge, jury, and prosecutor. He already did it to himself by number one doing it, the act, and then he came out and admitted it. So you can't really I understand Monique calling him out on that because he came for her, but I can't sit here and say that, oh, he the worst man in the world, because guess what? It's people that's done worse than him and we don't know nothing about it. Yeah, he prayed for that baby to get out of here, and that's sad. That's poor little baby, but that baby is in a better place now. That baby might have done been reincarnated by now, but that baby was 9 months. He didn't tell his wife. The lady wanted to be on his financial security life insurance. That man was trying to keep his family afloat and build his money. And I'm not making no excuses, but I can't judge him because, honey, we all got some bullshit in us. He's not at the level with Oprah and them, but I do feel like he was used as a puppet at one point. I don't know where he is in his life now. He could be trying to change and stuff like that. But I don't think that he should be coming at Monique like he did, because now people is saying that they understand that all he doing is proving what she's saying is true, because people saying she shouldn't be speaking her truth and she needs to shut up because and that husband, she's black and fat, and pretty much that's what one lady said pretty much he's proven that she's right, that she's black and fat and she shouldn't have a husband. But I'm gonna show you better than I could tell you. With the daughter, yeah, that's sad. That's sad. But a lot of us have done. Not me. I know. I'm not me. If I know about a child, even if it's not a child in my family being abused, I'm gonna let the authorities know, and I'm gonna try to do something about it. And then I have gotten into a lot of trouble trying to protect children, and I try to do the best and all I could. Maybe it wasn't enough, but you got a lot of our people that will sit there and still be friends and family with people that don't abuse the children and look over. And so we cannot judge this man because it happens. If it happened in my family, I'm sure it happened in yours too, even though you might not admit it. And that thing with that baby, it's a lot. You got men that have babies all the time. They probably done got rid of them themselves. They probably done. You might as well kill a child if you eh, these big time rappers with billions of dollars got all these children scrolled all over everywhere, and they don't claim them. That's like death. It might not be physical, but it's spiritual death. If you have a child and all you do is acknowledge the ones you have with your wife, and you got children scrolled all over, they homeless and hungry in the ghetto. Come on now. Same shit, just a different aspect. And I don't even like him like that. I don't. And I don't like the way he coming at my girl. But that's a reflection of what he got going on inside of him. Some things he need to work on. Like I said, we are the collective. We are the collective. Yep. So I'm about to play this little. I might play the whole thing. I don't know, but this is what the Boondocks. This. So I'm about to play this little. I might play the whole thing. I don't know. It's the Boondocks that they say allegedly that Tyler Perry didn't want them to didn't want to play, didn't want it to show. Here it is.
10 times faster. Recently, I wrote an entire marketing strategy in like 2 hours. Something that would have taken me days before using WordTune. And it's so cool that WordTune is
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. Don't want to play.
Oh no. Not Medea. She on the loose, y'all. Oh, put the blinky up.
My Dukes, this is Jesse. He's my new friend. New friend, huh? So that mean he beating up the new chick? That's what new friend means to me.
That's how it be. If y'all ever watch them plays or the Medea movies, just start dancing and twerking on a nigga. Like what?
Hold on. Hey, Jamal.
Yes, my dude.
Ooh, Jamal!
Lord Jesus. Somebody for no reason. Now, what was it you were trying to say about your special friend?
His name is Jesse, and he's a good Christian man with benefits.
Benefits?
Oh,
Sure,
no.
girl, why didn't you say so? Good morning, team. Hell, you can get
I
me for
beg
no
your
extra
pardon.
charge. Oh,
I
honey, this
beg
movie
your
is still
pardon.
good. You can go ahead and check the expiration date on it. I ain't like...
No, put that. This is crazy.
Why are we watching a Winston Jerome play?
Oh, shut up, boy.
Oh, that's what they changed his name to, Winston Jerome.
Winston Jerome is holding an open casting call for the leading man in his new play, and I ain't preparing for my audition.
Audition? Like an acting audition?
No,
Acting audition of a
granddad.
lifetime.
But you don't act.
Don't act. Your granddaddy was once a passionate, dedicated thespian.
What was this? This nigga got, bro, he has done everything. This nigga's completed every side mission and completed the main story.
Oh, this was long before the days of Terrence Howard. See, Hollywood
This
didn't
man
have room for a
acting?
young, handsome, light-skinned black man with good hair in those days. And action. They call me Mr. Pibb. It's so funny. This is Soda's name. Oh, is it Ribs? They call me Mr. Ribs. He is so bad. Bullshit, Mr. Handyman. Oh, my foot. Oh, woo, cramping real bad. Oh!
Yeah, granddad, can we keep it a buck? Brother, you're not a good actor. You act like you reading real slow. You ever see the kid in school that gotta read and he don't want to read and the bus went to the, that's how you acting, nigga. You read, you act like that nigga read. You feel me?
Maybe not a real man. I bet you said late dreaming you had a real man. I pity the fool. Thank you.
Not Mr. T.
For you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Breaking into
Tough.
Hollywood at your age?
He's looking for mature men. See, look right here. Casting for a black leading man, 50 and older. Light skin, good hair, must look nice, shirtless, and not allergic to baby oil.
What's up with the light skin thing? The light skin, that means you, if you in a Tyler Perry movie and you light skin, you're a man, you're gonna be the superhero. But look, if you're a dark skinned man or a bald nigga, you're the evil villain.
Don't you ever think you're too old?
I don't
to do
know.
some
Why
of
is
the stuff
that?
you do?
Why can't I be a sex symbol? Why can't I be a heartthrob?
Oh
I
man.
say do it before it's too late, and it's gonna be too late real soon. So, yeah, hurry up.
Thank you, Riley. I'm gonna really let him
Support.
have it. Show him my stuff. Give that man everything I got.
Pause.
Pause. Pause what?
I mean, you did say, brother, you did say you was gonna get that man everything you got.
Lord Jesus.
Come on now.
You said something gay, so you gotta say no homo, or else you a homo.
But what did I say gay?
You said you was gonna give this dude everything you got, no homo.
That's not gay. I said I was gonna give the man everything I got.
Pause, granddad. If it sound gay, it's gay, and you gotta say no homo. How I know you're not a homo, granddad, if you don't say no homo?
I'm not saying no homo.
Okay, you wanna be a homo?
Stop calling granddaddy a homo.
Then say no homo.
I don't want to say no homo. I'm a homo your ass. You don't stop saying pause.
Ah.
Oh, pause.
Pause. The typical Winston Jerome story starts with a beautiful, educated, professional black woman trapped in a troubled marriage with a brown-skinned bald dude from Law and Order.
What I tell y'all niggas? What did I tell y'all niggas? It's always like that. Majority of his movies, his plays, is always an evil, dark-skinned man. And then the superhero to come save the day is the light-skinned dude.
Can you do this to me? Get out. I'm going to marry this white hussy because you are too virtuous and strong. and might make me a better man.
Yeah.
That's facts. That's facts. They always end up marrying a white girl or a mixed girl. Like, yeah, that's
It looks
facts.
like Shamar Moore shows up as the shirtless, light-skinned gardener who just got out of jail.
Excuse me, may I rake your
That's it?
leaves?
At first, she acts like she
That's
doesn't
it?
like the light-skinned gardener, but eventually she gets to know him and sees a sensitive side.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know that
She
the
in
universe is
love.
a poor, light-skinned gardener who can't even afford a shirt.
来月の請求いくらかな。
いらぬ悩みを抱えておるな。そろそろわしらの出番かの。
デビットさん。
イオン銀行キャッシュプラスデビットは使った。
But I love me some Jesus.
Wait, that's why he's shirtless? He can't afford the shirt. Yeah, that's not it.
Love me some you.
Oh Lord, thank you, Jesus. I never thought I'd ever be with a man so loving and
Crazy.
light-skinned.
And I will always be light-skinned just for you.
Being a good Christian woman, she gives her marriage one
crazy.
last chance because Jesus said so.
Being light-skinned for you.
So I hate you, and I hate Jesus.
And just when the brown-skinned dude from Long
Yo, get him out of here, though. Like, come on, dog.
was about to hit her, here comes the shirtless gardener.
Hold it right there, bald-headed dude from Law and Order.
The woman in the garden,
Shit.
having found true love through Jesus.
And of course, Medea come out dancing and acting a fool.
I didn't think there'll be this many people here just for a play.
You might not get the part, Granddad. These guys look like they ready to go.
The play?
We seen your acting skills. And that ain't it, brother.
Let me tell you something. This starts with the play. But if you like you in the play, now you in the movie of the play. If you like you in the movie of the play, now you in the TV spinoff of the movie of the play.
Yep.
Wait a minute. You're Kadeem Anderson. Star of TV's a different world. What are you doing here? I don't know if you know this, but there ain't exactly a bunch of other shit we could be doing right now. I mean, what? I'm supposed to wait for the next tequila in the B to pay my mortgage? Huh? No thanks.
That was a good movie, too. Tequila and the Bee.
Mr. Jerome would like to see you.
Sheesh.
He would?
You won't be needing that shirt.
God damn. The assistant crazy.
Jesus told me in my next play.
Why he got his shirt? Why is all these niggas with their shirt off?
You're a victim.
What is this?
Duke should find
They oiled up. What the fuck going on?
herself a man. So I've decided to call this play Ma Dukes Finds Herself a Man. Do you think you're man enough for Ma Dukes, Robert?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy
Tried it.
question.
Fine. Ma Dukes, you are a strong, intelligent black woman who will make me a better man.
Ma Dukes.
Wait. Something's off. Lotion!
I told you, it's that slow reading nigga in school.
What flavor you want, man? I got tropical peach, sunrise orange, minty mango, and apricot. Or I can just take two flavors and swirl them together. Just tell me which ones you like.
Oh, no.
You want me to pick one for you?
Okay.
They got
Minty
the lotion
mango
guy.
it is.
Oh, my God.
Turn around.
That's kind of crazy.
You want me to pop these bumps?
No.
All right.
Ugh.
You good then?
That boy got back acne. You hear that? You want me to pop them bumps? Ew.
Okay, Robert. Again.
Sheesh.
Ma Dukes.
That's it! Breathtaking.
So he got him off the oil. That's what it was. He liked them oiled up hogs.
Hey, yo, Lord Jesus.
He liked them oiled up. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was.
No, I remember when I sat down to write my first play. I asked Jesus, will you co-write with me? And he said yes. And I told Jesus, I want to write plays for women.
Why they
What
got
do
Jesus
women
with
want
blue
to
eyes,
see?
bro?
And Jesus said, since that day, I've searched the world for the sexiest black men alive. And I found them, my shirtless men. And Jesus was pleased.
I didn't know religion worked like that.
Then I asked Jesus, how can I further spread your message on earth? And he said, cross-dressing. And so I put on a dress and a wig. And Jesus was pleased. With that dress, that wig, and these beautiful muscular gifts from
That's kind of crazy that Jesus telling you to cross dress. That's crazy.
God,
That's
I
crazy.
have built an empire, and soon I will crush Ice Cube, and my supremacy of Black Hollywood will be complete.
Ice Cube?
We don't
うちの院 LINE をどう使ったら効果ある？医療機関なら活用法1 LINE で問い合わせ対応を自動
allow just anyone on this journey.
Chill, brother. I fuck with Ice Cube. Y'all fuck with Ice Cube? Shout out to Ice Cube. Hold on. That's a legend. You know, I'll tolerate no disrespect to Ice Cube. That's a legend. Real cool, chill guy. You know what I'm saying? Legendary.
Have you accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, Robert?
Yeah, I guess.
Get on your knees, Robert. Ow! On your knees, Robert.
Okay, damn, you got big hands.
Do you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior,
No,
Robert?
not this position. No, this looks like something else. Nigga, you're not playing. You're not getting a role, brother. You're on a casting couch. And it's looking real spooky right now.
You're a victim.
Yes. Do you accept me, Winston Jerome, as the representative of Jesus Christ in the TV and movie business?
Sure, I guess.
Do you renounce Ice Cube and all his works?
Well, I gotta like Friday.
Yeah, Friday. Come on now. Friday, are we there yet? Come on, man. Boy, was Boys in the Hood? Come on, bro. Come on. The nigga got the big three. I mean, come on, man. That movie with Kevin Hart. Come on, man. You can't do it. We can't do that.
Do you renounce Ice Cube and all his works?
I renounce Ice Cube.
Louder!
I renounce Ice Cube.
And all his works.
And all his work.
That's
including
tough.
Friday.
Yes, no, I can't do it. I'm sorry. I would have to walk out right then and there.
Rise, my new leading man.
Crazy.
We're having a fun
This nigga
shindig at the
sweating.
compound tonight. You should come.
Tom, thanks for agreeing to watch the boys tonight.
No problem, Robert. I mean, this is your big break. So what is he like?
Who? Winston? Nice guy. Down to earth. Nothing strange or freaky or bizarre about him at all. Nope. Nothing out of the ordinary.
I just think he's the best. That's what people need more of. Positive entertainment. Without all the cursing and people saying the N-word all the time. Hey, are there going to be some steamy scenes to look forward to, huh? Who's the lucky leading lady?
Actually,
Medea, nigga. Medea.
They haven't cast her yet. Probably Sanaa,
Him.
Latham, maybe Halle Berry. Somebody hot.
Man,
Somebody
stop.
hot.
Granddad's leading lady is a dude.
What?
Shut up, boy. You don't know nothing.
We read the script, Granddad.
How dare you read that script? That's top secret.
It was really, really terrible, by the way.
Damn.
Don't front, Granddad. You playing a dude's boyfriend. It's that Winston Jerome guy in a dress, huh?
You mean Ma Dukes? You're playing Ma Dukes?
Or Ma Dukes.
There's no love scene.
Granddad's gonna need to have no homo tattooed on his forehead after this.
There's no love scene.
That's
I
fucked up.
think that's great. Robert.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. How he had you on your knees. Can we be honest, chat? How he had him on his knees like that? It might be one of them scenes. You know what I'm saying? It might be one of them scenes up in there.
Real actor now. Completely dedicated to the part. I say do the love scene.
But there's no love scene.
Well, I think
Damn, dog.
dude wear a dress.
Jesus told him to wear that dress. You just mad because Jesus doesn't love you.
Ah, that's messed up. Come on now. Can't do that.
Hello, Robert.
Damn.
We're so glad you decided to join us.
Boy.
I don't mind if I do.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Yes, sir. Cupcakes.
Hello, how do you do? We're so glad you joined our crew. Welcome to our lovely compound.
The fuck is
Where
this?
it all goes down.
Nigga, is this a musical?
Bananas and cream, white unicorns and wet dreams, rainbow and lace. Oh, it makes me want to scream. Anything is possible with Jesus on our team.
This is crazy. Oh no. Yo, Granddad is flabbergasted. He doesn't know what to do.
Gave me a vision to make plays and dress like women.
Damn, Jesus gave him the vision of make plays and dress like women. Wow.
Lord Jesus.
Oh, shit! In my feminine, I know you have suspicions, but
tough.
come on, man. Trust me, we can switch positions.
What is going on? Okay, I remember y'all saying this shit was banned. I can kind of see why. Tyler Perry is probably furious. Tyler Perry was somewhere punching the motherfucking air. I know he was. It's all right to cross dress for Christ. That's tough. That's tough.
Wow. Is that in the play?
No, we just did that for fun. Come, let me show you the compound.
The cast and crew of my plays are like family. We work together, eat together, pray together. Now let me show you where you'll be staying.
Did you say staying?
Oh yes, you'll live here at the compound during the run of the play. I want everyone totally immersed in the production. Our outside calls here. We must remove all distractions.
Oh, it's just my grandkids.
What?
You know kids, they always want to talk to their sole legal guardian.
Tell them you won't be coming home for a while. Best to make it a clean break.
I'll just call them back. Answer it. Hey, boys.
Hey, Granddad. We were just wondering how late rehearsal was gonna go. Tom had to leave and we're getting kind of hungry.
Well, I'm not coming home for a while, so don't wait up.
How late?
Maybe a week or two or more. We got a lot of rehearsal stuff to do.
What?
There's some cash in my sock drawer. Praise Jesus.
No, this some cold.
Lord Jesus.
This some cold ass lockdown compound. You can't talk to nobody but me ass shit. Look, listen, this ain't it. This ain't it, Granddad. Get him out of here. They got the Viennese sausages out. Crazy. I remember them times. Pause.
This is a great day, brothers and sisters. The first.
So y'all can go on over to Foolish TV and look at the rest of the episode. What do you think Granddad gonna do? Granddad told the grandkids what he gonna be gone for a while. Praise Jesus. What y'all think? Why y'all think Tyler Perry wanted this? Allegedly didn't want this episode to show on the screen of Boondocks. So yeah, they saying allegedly that's what goes down. I don't know. I know I looked at Madea. I know I like Madea. Like I said, the males in my family when they were little boys, they did not like that. But I looked at it. My aunt, may she rest in power. She was a church lady. Introduced us to it, and we all used to get together and on different occasions and laugh and enjoy that man dressed up like that woman. I ain't even gonna sit here in front. Yep, I looked at all of the episodes. It was funny to me, and they say we women are more accepting and have, ushered that in, and now they don't like allegedly. Now I ain't saying all of them. They saying they don't have respect and don't like the black woman no more. So I don't know what y'all think. I know like I said, I went somewhere not too long ago, and they was acting like they didn't want to be bothered with me and my daughter. I was at a LGBTQ event, I guess. I mean, and I didn't do nothing. I just was, being myself, and I think I ain't had problems in past times, but and then some of them I get along with real good. I ain't got nothing against nobody. I don't judge what people do in their bedroom, but when they harm other people, that's when I have a problem with it. But what y'all think about this here? Y'all seen this here? When old girl supposed to shame this lady. Okay, Oprah Winfrey. Y'all seen this? I'm saying this was a long time ago. Okay. All right.
Used to wearing $5,000 and $6,000 and $7,000 gowns at a time and spending $500 on a pair of shoes. Do you take responsibility for the situation that you're in right now?
100%.
100%.
100%.
How did that happen?
Because I allowed all my finances to become everyone else's finances. That's pretty much how I got here. A lot of the, you wear the, like you said, the expensive dresses and the shoes and all that kind of stuff. But what was happening, I was financing personally with my career, the image that everyone sees. I was the one financing it.
So most people are, because the old studio days are long gone with Elizabeth Taylor.
But if someone's making $170, $180 million and I got 1/20th or 100th of that, it makes it almost virtually impossible. It's my fault because I trusted and I believed. And I came to Atlanta and I met all these wonderful people and I trusted them and they believed in me and my talent. And I was like, they have to
but be you like trusted them with your money.
I know, right? I really did.
You did.
I really did.
So you didn't handle all your checks and sign all your checks?
I didn't do that. I would get my money and transfer it over
to other people.
Sometimes it went directly to those people because, for instance, I'm out on the road. I know all these And I would watch your show and I'd hear you say, you and Bill Cosby, and you say, make sure you sign all your checks.
Sign all your
those
checks.
things.
Yeah.
But you started that way.
You didn't believe us?
I didn't. I just believed in everyone else. I believed in everyone else. You know, I'm trying to master the artistry, the singing, and I'm singing on stage, and I'm on tour for almost a year, and a lot of times, I mean, it's just.
So did the people come in your house and actually be like going through your things?
Yeah, came to my home and praised things and videos.
So would there be like a public auction of your things, like that Gucci flatware?
Probably.
They can take stuff out your house.
It's okay, but it's all right.
I read that you were upset about stories that your overspending caused this, because it would appear, and you can explain to us whatever you want to explain to us, but it would appear that even if you don't believe that you got the percentage that you felt that you got, you still knew that there was a certain amount of money coming in.
Exactly.
And exactly. And you overspent that amount of money.
Well, I was doing math. 1 + 1 is 2 all day long, all across the world. And I was still coming up negative. So I'm thinking that I've sold over 20 million records. So money's going to come in. And a lot of times you only get a check twice a year.
Oh, do you?
That's what happens, like when the statements come in. So I'm thinking, okay, I'll have money coming in. I'm touring, this big national headlining tour. Money's coming in, but then there's no money's coming in.
So were you spending? Okay, that's the key there, Tony. Okay. Are you spending money when there's no money coming in?
I was spending money on touring. Touring is very expensive. Like, you know this, Oprah. You're here in the studio. You have to pay for these lights. You have to pay for every single.
Bam. So she said, touring, it's expensive and you have to spend money on these lights. So Oprah, no. So then that's going to fast forward to the Monique thing, touring. They wanted her to go and promote Precious for free. I just had to throw that in there.
You go home soon,
right?
Yes, it's very expensive.
It's very expensive. So when you go to a concert, everything you see, that person
people have to bring there. Yes,
exactly. So
these chairs, we pay
for
these.
You pay for the chairs, you pay for the props and everything. So I invested a lot of money in my career. A lot of money in my career. For example, a lot of artists of my caliber would get tour support. I didn't get tour support. I got a loan. So while I'm touring, I have to pay the loan back, and as well as the cost of touring. So it was something where I couldn't get out of the box.
So what is it that you've learned from this experience?
I think the most important thing I learned is to trust and believe in myself, and don't put all your trust and belief in someone else when it comes to handling your money.
Oh, please, that is the first rule.
I know, right?
That is success 101.
No, I didn't take it. I didn't take that class. I should have watched. I've been watching your show, but you never think it's going to happen to you. You never think it's going to happen, and you trust and believe in people. You can't be here and interview people and know what's going on with your finances at every moment. I can't. I can't do that.
So what's going to happen immediately now?
Well, first thing, I sign my own checks. That's the first thing.
Okay. And then,
as soon as the judge decides, they'll probably contest it. My record company will probably contest it, and then they'll come and auction the home and everything.
Auction your home? So where are you gonna stay?
Well, I can always stay with Mom.
Always go home. I wish you the best. The best. The best. You start looking after your money, sign every check. Now, and the most important thing is when the checks come back, when they send them back to you in the mail, you are the first person to open them. You never let anybody else open them, so that you go through them and you check every one to make sure it's your signature. That's the key. That's even more key than signing it. Thank you, Ms. Toni Braxton.
Damn. She asked her where she was gonna stay. You see, she out there crying on the show, y'all. Oprah ain't no joke. Oprah said she know about what her money doing. She said even when she at work and busy, you see that? She said she on top of them checks. Everybody don't know when they coming into that industry that them people gonna rip them off like that. Yeah, and look, here's another clip. I'm gonna get out of here soon. This when she made Ludacris look like a fool, I guess, allegedly.
Have you made it to Oprah yet?
Have I made it to Oprah? I've been on Oprah a long time ago.
Okay, so
I haven't made it back, but I was on there one time. I'll tell you.
How did it go? How did it go?
You know what? We talking about the first time I was on?
The first time you was on.
You didn't
Oprah.
see it?
No, I missed this.
You didn't hear about it?
Is this the one about the N-word? Well,
No,
this is about the move. Yeah, I do remember.
Yeah.
She cut you off.
Right.
She cut you. She edited out what you had to say.
Pretty much.
Okay.
That's what it came down to. That was the only time I was on Oprah.
Okay, and then
whether we get invited back or not.
Did you call her? Did you call her and say, "Why did you edit me, Oprah"?
No, I didn't. But we've pretty much made up since then, man. Like I've talked to her over the phone. Everything's cool. Okay. I would like to get invited back though.
Okay.
When is our show gonna be live? That's the question.
Live.
Without being, edited.
Right.
I want to go on Oprah live.
What was it that she edited out? Just for those who listening, trying to figure out what was it.
It was a lot of. It was certain comments that she had made about. I was there for a crash for the movie.
Yeah.
And basically, she said something about not agreeing with my music, but she thought I did great in the movie. And of course, I was up there with the whole cast of Crash, and so I didn't necessarily feel like that needed to be said. You didn't agree with my music, and even if you don't agree with certain songs I made, say you don't agree with certain songs. Don't say you just don't agree with all of my music.
Right.
So it was a lot of comments that actually, basically, she was able to say what she said, and then I had my rebuttal, and when I saw the final show. Her comments were in there.
It was in there, but yours wasn't in there.
And mine weren't in there, so it just looked like I kind of took it.
Wow.
Like it was just quiet and didn't
say
yes, ma'am. I did.
Yes, mother. Yes.
Nah, but I have a lot of respect, of course, for Oprah. I don't see how anyone can't have respect for Oprah. What she's accomplished in her lifetime, I just think that we came to a disagreement about something. And you can have loved ones, you have family members, you have friends, you have arguments, and you disagree. And sometimes you agree to disagree.
Yeah.
But, at the end of the day, like I said, I want to go on Oprah live.
Right.
Yeah, but they said she had Ludacris up there looking like a fool. She muted out all his comments and hit him and made it look like he was just up there, take that. Ludacris didn't like that, but I think he handled it very well. He said they made up, so that's good when they can make up and come to terms on stuff like that. Because like you said, people have misunderstandings and ups and downs, and you're going to not get along all the time. You're not going to agree on everything, but it's when we can come together for the common good of the collective and each other, and come to terms with things and make peace. But That don't seem to be happening, honey. That does not seem to be happening at all. Nope. But at least Monique got an apology from our boy Lee Daniels. He apologized to her, and I am going to play that clip in just a second. But before I play that clip, I want y'all to know. I want y'all to ask this question right here. I want to ask y'all this question. Before I play that clip of the apology. Hey.
Now, this might just be me. But randomly, every time I walk around the house, this is all I say. Have you ever been swallowed up? Swallowed.
I can't never stop looking at this. I had to play that. Oh man. Okay. Now this is the original one. I'm so this is the control your demons. I'm so wrong for that, right? Shoot, he said it. I didn't. See, sometimes I be wanting to get swallowed. Let me stop. Stop now. Control them lust demons. Ain't it Valentine's weekend or something? I'm so wrong. I'm so bad sometimes. I'm so bad. I'm such a bad girl sometimes. Here we go.
Been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and you...
Uh-oh, what happened? Uh-oh. They talking about Zesty TD Jakes on the title. I'm wrong. Okay, now let's look at the clip of when old boy apologized. Yo, he kept it real, seemed like. And it seemed like, maybe she accepted it or whatever. So that's good. Like I said, you have ups and downs, but it's good to agree to disagree sometimes and come to a place of balance, Ain't gonna necessarily say peace all the time, but balance. And when you have misunderstandings, you're gonna have misunderstandings in family and business and all that kind of stuff. But it seemed like they kind of worked their stuff out. I had just recently seen this, but it happened like a year ago. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was longer than that. But I think it took a long time. It took her over 12 years to get that apology in it. All right. Okay. Share the screen. Go sit down, Shango. Talking to my dog. You gotta play all these Asian videos.
生やす、生きる、私を生きる。まずはお医者さんにご相談を。AGA。
Play that. I can't skip that right now.
It took me a long time to realize. I am so sorry for hurting you in any way that I did. Y'all, she was my best friend. My best friend. Y'all think that Precious was just, that was God working through both of us. And we gonna fucking do it again. I love you. I love you. I love you, Staten Island. A long time to realize. I am so sorry for hurting you in any way that I did. Y'all, she was my best friend. My best friend. Y'all think that Precious was just, that was God working through both of us. And we go.
Oh, it's a longer apology too. This is in the I'm gonna find the one where he telling you about some deep stuff, like why he kind of not. I don't think he making excuses either. I think he's sharing why he did what he did. He kind of go deep with it. I'm gonna try to find it. I got it up here in my history somewhere. What y'all think about that? But it took so long. If somebody took that long to apologize to y'all after they blackballed you and treated you unfair, would you forgive them after that many? Because it's like 12 years, wasn't it? It was a long time. Would you accept it? Would you accept an apology if it took that many years to get it? Let's see. Because it's sometimes it be so long that stuff done set in, right? All that bitterness. I don't want to hear Tyler Perry. He on the phone. I played that on my other video. You go to that clip, you can see that. But I think this might be the full apology right here. Hold on, I'm gonna bring it up. They gotta do their little them agents taking over, ain't it? Did they sell us out, y'all? They said they did. Well, they after a while we're gonna have to learn their language.
And her husband, Sydney. I've had real conversations with Monique. Some of them have been tough. But when I tell you that Monique is one of the most authentic people you will ever meet in your natural life, you can take that to the bank. Her husband, the same way. And I said, before I got to TYT on my radio show, I've featured Monique on my show. I even had Monique come and speak in front of a group of college students at the university.
So he's saying Monique real. That ain't what these other people going around here that's I guess that I don't know if they're with an agenda on payola or what. But they saying she real now. That's what this man saying. That's what he's saying. Saying she real.
All that. Monique was wronged by others. Now here's what happened with Lee Daniels. Depending on the narrative you choose to believe, when Monique won her major award, she left out thanking Mr. Lee Daniels. Well, Mr. Lee Daniels was very upset about this. They were best friends at the time. Mr. Lee Daniels thought he made Monique. And how dare Monique not share, I thank you, Lee Daniels. That was an oversight. It happened, it is what it is. But according to the narrative, Mr. Lee Daniels then engaged in a significant and sophisticated campaign against Monique, planning rumors that she was difficult to work with. So much so that Tyler Perry was asked the question about Monique being difficult. An assumption was made. Tyler Perry did not correct the record. And it cemented that Monique could not be worked with because Tyler Perry did not oppose the narrative. Well, in a conversation between Monique, Tyler Perry, and her husband, Sydney, Tyler Perry admitted, the audio is now available. Tyler Perry admitted that Monique was never hard to work with and that he would set the record straight. And he was basically not willing to do so at that time because he had movies that needed a to get involved and tell the truth. All right, that gives you some background. Let me give you some more context to this. Monique and Lee Daniels, they are letting bygones be bygones. For years, the pair were at odds after Monique Fit 4 accused director Daniels, 62, and others of blackballing her for not promoting their 2009 film Precious during award season. On Friday evening, the duo publicly buried the hatchet in the middle of a comedy show in Staten Island, New York. As seen in video footage shared on Twitter, the actress was on stage performing as part of her Monique and Friends April Fool's Day with the Queen of Comedy event when she brought the director out on stage. I'm going to give you some more personal context here. A few years ago, I brought Monique to speak about the ups and downs, the ebb and flow of leadership. This was my leadership studies class. I had a lot of PhD students and community members who came to this open discussion. Here's a part of it.
Were there feelings that I hurt? Yes, and I had to go back and say, listen, at the time I was tripping, let me apologize. You know, my friends right now in my life, I had to apologize to them because I wasn't the greatest friend when fame hit.
She said, I wasn't the greatest friend when fame hit. Lee Daniels is saying that today, that he was not the greatest friend to her. And in his commentary, he's alluding to his fame as part of the reason they fell out. Monique learned that lesson some years ago, but she still had to go through that learning process and apologize to the friends that she had offended. The question I posed to her in front of that live group of students and community members was, have you done things wrong to your friends? Do you owe some people an apology? After that discussion, Monique did something quite amazing. She did not want any camera to be on when she did this. Everybody wanted to talk to Monique. Everybody wanted a picture. They wanted to say hello to her. She was on a tight schedule. She said, no, I'm going to stay here and talk to everybody. Turn the cameras off. She said, I want all of my elders to come to the front. She spent 3 hours there, hugging and talking to each elder, and then the students, and then everyone else. She spent 3 hours, pictures galore, conversations galore. People were crying, getting advice, telling her how much they are rooting for her. I had never seen anything like this, and I've interviewed my fair share of celebrities, never seen anything like that before. I am glad this is happening, but it goes back to our male-dominated societal structures, because in order for Monique to come back, a man has to validate her. Isn't that something? A man of status has to say, you are now safe. She's been saying for years, I was not wrong with Lee Daniels. Okay, there's more. He said, I'm sorry for hurting you in any way that I did. Daniel said to Monique while standing before the audience, she was my best friend, my best friend, my best friend. Y'all think that Precious was just, that was God working through both of us. Daniels then continued, and we're going to F and do it again, referring to the upcoming horror film Demon House, in which Monique has been tapped to star, replacing Spencer per deadline. After dancing with one another on stage, both Monique and Daniels hugged it out, each saying, I love you to the other. Now let this story go viral like Will Smith being an immature you-know-what and slapping Chris Rock. Let this story, put up the picture.
美容サロンの経営に効果のある LINE 活用法参戦。活用法1、LINE でご予約忘れを防止する。当社
See, that was an authentic reunion between two people who damn near hated each other. All right. My brother, what are your thoughts on this? You're a comedian. I know you know Monique. I'm sure you have had your opinion about it as well.
I know Monique, and I'll tell you, I know her in passing. In other words, we've.
All right. My brother, what are your thoughts on this?
So they look like they reconciled their differences, because she did a good job in that horror film. I looked at it. I looked at it. Monique can channel some stuff now. Like, even when she played in Precious, she channeled that character. I'm telling you, she's good. And I'm not saying she's perfect. You heard what he said. She had to go back and apologize to her friends for how she acted when she got to the fame. And he said it too. I was trying to find that clip of when Lee Daniels was on stage apologizing to Monique. And he said he was broke. He didn't have no money. And Oprah and them, he didn't say their names. In so many words, he said Tyler Perry, the people he said they had the money. He didn't have the money. So he had to go with the flow. That's what he was saying. He was broke then. Because you remember, if you keep up with Lee Daniels and Damon Dash, he had to go back and pay Damon Dash a couple of millions, either $1 or $2 million, because Damon Dash fronted him some money for his productions and stuff. And you know, Damon Dash was going around like, Lee Daniels, you better pay me my money, man. You better pay me. You know how Damon Dash is. That's the one that was on Rockefeller with Jay-Z, that started out with Jay-Z, Damon Dash. So he was like, and they played on that movie. What was it? Was it Arrested Development? It was one movie they played on. Anyway, I remember that from back in the day. But anyway, he paid Damon Dash back, and he said he was broke. So that's why that persuaded him, I guess, to kind of throw his friend under the bus and, you know, do what he did. Because I guess Tyler Perry and Oprah, you know, they billionaires. They had the cash to fund his projects or whatever. So he's saying, you know, he was kind of swayed by the money and stuff like that. And he come from nothing. He said, I come from nothing. I was a broke nigga. He said nigga or whatever. So and I just say that to say this. We as a people, you know, I sit here, and yes, I have the picture of Oprah Winfrey up and Tyler Perry and P. Diddy and some of the other ones or whatever, and that I talk about. But we gotta say, what would we do if we got into those positions of power? Now, some of us might wouldn't have done all the stuff that these people have done, but whatever you're dealing with before you get money, all money do in power is bring out that character even more. So it's time for us to go within and start. If we haven't, now some of us have. I've been doing it. It's time for us to start going deep in that water and digging deep and realizing about what our weaknesses are. What are them demons that we can't control? Because whatever the demons is you can't control, and whatever them lower animalistic desires are that you cannot get in balance, and the scales of Maya, when you become rich and famous, you will abuse power. That's anybody. Whatever you got going on, the Lilith side, when you come into money, when you come into fame, when you come into notoriety, that's really gonna shine through that dark side, because you have the ego working and you have the access to do the things that you normally wasn't able to do, and now you feel comfortable in doing it. You know, you feel comfortable. You feel like, well, hey, I got it now. I'm on top of the world. Nobody can stop me. I made it. You know, you ain't thinking about that song Jay-Z made. It was all good just a week ago. Because a week ago, you know, you was on, like, look at the Pisces era. Everything was hidden. You could pretty much do what you wanted to do. They could get by scheming, lying, hurting people, whatever, stealing, killing, robbing, villains. It was the era of the demon time. You know what I'm saying? You know, and even the Burger King workers and stuff was catching it. Even on these factory jobs, even in the hospital, this same mess is going on. Even in our families, we look at these people. We should look at them as a reflection of ourselves and an example of what we need to work on within ourselves. Because, like I said earlier in the stream, we may not get a woman pregnant and pray that a baby going on away from here and the baby go in 9 months. Or we may not even, you know, be like, I think old girl was jealous of, you know, Tony Braxton cute now, but she was bad back in the day. You know, Oprah was jealous of them women. And, you know, Oprah was a fat black woman. And I heard a story of her history is pretty rough. Allegedly, she was essayed as a little girl. I don't know if she got pregnant or not, but the story is pretty horrible about what happened to her with a family member or whatever. And a lot of these people, when they get that education, they already don't know who they are. They already haven't dealt with trauma. And when they get to these levels of education and these sororities and then get this notoriety and this money, and these people start worshiping them and stuff, and they get caught up in their ego, they ain't forgot where they came from, because they ain't never really had a start. Because they didn't never do no soul work and go within. Because when you got people telling you, oh, I admire you, can I have your autograph, and oh, you just saved my life. I mean, it messes with that head, with that ego. And you know, we are not our ego. We are not our ego. A lot of us don't even know who we are, because a lot of times, whatever they call us, we answer to. If they say you got a PhD, that's all we think we are. Well, I'm an educated. I'm an intellectual. Or you a movie star. Oh yeah, and we start acting in that character, which is the ego. That's not who we really are. And a lot of times we hurt people. Even at the little levels that we are at, we regular people, we not famous or whatever. I never wanted to be famous, but if a lot of people had opportunities I had, then they would probably. I always knew it was some bull crap. Even when I was a kid, I always knew. I'm like, I don't want people to know who I am everywhere I go. I don't want people. I want to be able to hide. Like, it's a gift in being able to actually go anywhere you want to in peace. I mean, now it's getting to the point now with what's going on in America. You got to watch over your shoulders anyway. So imagine being a person that everybody knows, and you just want to go for a walk, or you just want to go get you some frozen yogurt from Sweet Froggers. I mean, you got to have security, and you got to be looking over your shoulders and wondering about if the person that's securing you gonna take you out. And I never desired it. I like to be behind. Now, I like money. I don't love it, but I'd rather be behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Just like I'm behind the scenes now. Y'all seen my face many a time, but it's people that get up here and they don't never show their face. You don't even know whether they a robot or what. And these people got millions of followers and thousands of followers. And I know how to go and buy my content. What is it? I know how to go and buy subscribers. Yeah. They say they buy subscribers and buy likes and comment. I'm not doing it. If I don't never get a lot of people, I'm not gonna do that. I don't care. At one point, I did a little bit, but I got out of that. That's why I got off of YouTube for a few months, because I had to go within, and I'm not gonna get caught up in all of this. I'm not gonna get caught up in that wave of YouTube, that YouTube spirit of I'm with this group and I'm coming against this person and I'm losing my focus on what I've been sent here to do. And it's not for notoriety. It's not for popularity. It's not about fame. It's about speaking the truth and being able to see all sides of things and round it around in a spiritual aspect for entertainment, spiritual learning, and enlightenment for everyday life application. That's what I'm here to do. I mean, if I don't never get it don't matter. Honey, Big Mama gonna give me what she got to give me one way or the other, and I do it from the heart, And when I say that my yacht and Big Mama and stuff, I had a dream about. It was something in the water, and I was somewhere, like sitting in a car. It was at night, and it was this guy. He was like this guy that was like, I know he's a gay guy, but he had decided, I guess, to be with a lady or whatever, and a lady had kids. So I was in the house worried about it. I'm like, I wonder not. Don't get me wrong. I don't think that every person that's into that lifestyle will harm a child, but it is a lot of people that's into that community. They need to clean up that community because it's several people in that community that do mess with children. So they need to go ahead and figure out how to separate themselves from that group, because it's like that. It's making them look bad. But he was in the house with these kids and this woman, and I'm like, I wonder, do she know this guy is like that or whatever? And then I was like, you know what? That ain't none of my business. I'm gonna leave it in Big Mama hand. So all of a sudden, I'm looking. They come outside and looking at something in the water. They like, oh, you can't see this. You can't see this because we spiritual. We the only ones that can see this in the water. I put my eyes over there, and folks, I said, oh, I see that energy right there. So when I said that, this energy came up out of the water, and you couldn't run from it. You couldn't run. You couldn't hide. You could not escape it. It's nowhere to hide. I don't care if you're a billionaire or if you a chicken worker packing chicken. It was nowhere for me to run, so I didn't go anywhere. I just was like, well, it is what it is. Like, it's nowhere to go. Like, this energy is nowhere I could have ran. So all of a sudden, this older lady, she just gets thrown out of the top of the house. It was like upstairs. And this energy just comes up and just makes her into some kind of stone where she's like becoming like a part of a stone that's a part of this house, and it just backs her into the building. Like, she becomes a part of that structure. I'm like, this is some real shit here. This ain't no dream. I'm like, this is real. And I'm like, okay, so that was like a type of energy. And they say water is feminine, and it's got to do with the feminine and the mermaids and the mama water and Yimiya and all of that, and the feminine energy, and we come from the water. Well, this energy is like was scoping out to see, like, And from my understanding of me meditating and thinking on this dream, what's happening now? We are in the age of Aquarius. It's the area of I know. And it's a shift that has happened. It's been happening. Because I've been going through for years. I've been going through the being weighed as like the scales of my yacht, light as a feather, where you are your own judge. You're gonna have to judge yourself. You're gonna have to go within and dig deep down in the water and say, listen, okay, I'm not necessarily, if I know somebody doing something, I'm gonna tell them about it or whatever. But I don't have to deal with it. But I'm gonna tell them I'm gonna do what I need to do if they hurting somebody. I'm gonna do what I need to do to get the people help or whatever. I'm gonna try to do the best that I can. But when it comes to judging, we gonna have to judge ourselves and fix ourselves and go within. And we cannot look at these people as like, oh, they're like the worst people in the world, because we are one. We are one. We have the balance of the angels and the demons, and we have the balance of the dark and the light. It's about balancing out and having pure intentions and right motives, and looking at when you have a pure intent and you look at the Aquarius energy, when you're operating out of the Aquarian energy, which is the collective, what's good for the bulk of for everybody, you're in alignment with the universe and with Daughter Earth. When you're having that mindset of compassion, not saying you got to be no punk and you know people say I'm operating in love and light. No, it ain't just about that. Because sometimes you got to use that dark energy too. It's about balance. It's about balance and examining yourself, and you're gonna have to be as light as a feather. You cannot hold on to the past. You cannot hold on to unforgiveness and bitterness and hatred and all that, and be so materialistic. It's not about the bag no more. It ain't about the bag. That dollar has crashed. We just going through an illusion. It's been crashed. Do you realize how much debt that the U.S. corporation, it's the U.S. corporation of America is in? That dollar it's over for the dollar. All that chasing the bag, you are the bag. It's within you. You have to establish yourself as a sovereign entity and know who you are. And not only that, you got to keep up with what's going on and balance that out with spirituality, because it ain't about chasing no money. It's about chasing spirituality and getting in tune with the earth. Yeah. I mean, it's bad that we see, the reason we seeing this and the reason I'm talking about it, because we really not black and they really not white. We are mankind and humankind. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, and we have failed that test. We really failed that test, because from my understanding, these people that's homeless and strung out and stuff like that, walking around here crazy and talking to the sky, those are Ogun, not Ogun, but Elegba children that experience at the bottom all of the suffering and pain. That was a test for us to see if we could love them too and see that they are a part of us too. Now, I ain't saying that you got to go out here and save all of them and everything, and I'm not saying they're not dangerous, but you got people look at these motherfuckers. They got all this fame and fortune, and they just as dangerous. So you can't judge people based off of. We failed. We have judged people based off of how much money they got, how much fame they got, how much education they got. We have judged people based off of superficial and materialistic basis, which we have failed. And skin color, superficial stuff for our skin color, how much money they got, where they live, where they got, how many followers they got, how many likes they got. The true people really don't have a big following. The real people really, if you see people that's everybody agreeing with them, those are not the real people. Because if you telling the truth and you really are in alignment, it's not everybody. Maybe it's changing, because we in the era of the golden age. Maybe it's coming to the point where people able to digest the truth now. Because I see a lot of people that thought that I was a conspiracy theorist, and they thought I was crazy for years. And a lot of them has been my friend, even some of I thought were my close friends. I noticed they'll sit there and listen to me, then they'll go behind my back and say, yeah, she crazy. Yeah, she talking about that stuff again. Now a lot of those people are coming to me saying that, girl, you was right. And I've been saying this stuff, and maybe I need to start saying it because I got tired. I've been saying it for hell since I was a child. I've been speaking this stuff, but everybody's waking up, and I'm glad. Like I'm glad. Like I'm so happy that everybody is waking up because it's a shift, and we are going into a new era of the golden age where even tomorrow on the Super Bowl, you want to be enjoying the game if you're going to enjoy the game, but don't be all into the team because it's a spiritual meaning and symbolism behind that Super Bowl game. And what they do is they harvest our energy, but at the same time, when you know better, you do better. So instead of letting them harvest your energy for their purposes, you want to be and know what's going on and be aware and be saying, you know, I'm keeping out that you can't take what that song that old girl got that y'all call it a witch, Beyonce. You can't take my power. You be thinking about what you want to establish in your kingdom or whatever, you know, in your golden age and whatnot. Don't let them people, don't get all tied up into these celebrities. And I only use them as an example because I know that people will come or whatever and be interested. People worship these people. I never have. I've been around celebrities, you know what I'm saying? I met a lot of them, whatever. And even my experience when I was in the music industry with a lot of the people that's famous or whatever, I opened up for one of them and they got jealous of me. And that woke me up right in. I said, oh, Lord, this woman been singing and recording and producing, and she getting jealous of little old me. She was actually angry with me. I was at a concert and I was solo because I grew up singing in the church, so I know I was kind of I was small then. Yeah, I was kind of petite then, but I I sing like a fat gospel singer, or even when I'm singing secular music and stuff. You know, I know how to get the crowd going because I had to sing in church. I had to direct the choir and play the keyboard sometimes. But I'm not the best keyboard player, but I can hit a note and get the shout music going. And I know what move the crowd. So if I'm singing solo in a concert, come on, that's easy peasy. So when I got finished singing, she was sending people up there to tell me I was up there performing too long. Shit. And my husband was like, I cannot believe that she is hating on you. As big as this lady is, like, she is hating on you, girl. Yeah, but I turned up. I was like, hey, I better go. My motto always been, I'm going big or I'm going home. I'm gonna bring the house down. You know what I'm saying? So, but I kind of like to be in the background now. I'm kind of like into produce. I've always produced my stuff and wrote. And I wrote, produced it, and sang it or whatever. And then I noticed when you go in the studios, a lot of these guys and stuff, they want to flirt with you and they want to control your music. So I always was like, I have to have my own studio because I'm not going through that. I knew that from back in the day. I'm like, they not about to be putting me through all that. I ain't built like that. You ain't about to be putting me through a whole lot. I was like, I always opted to be independent anyway, because I'm like, they want to control your music. It never sat right with me. Is I'm gonna write something, and when I write something, I hear the melody in my head too. Like I not only can write it, I hear the background vocals and I hear the layers in the music and stuff. So I pretty much got it in my head like how I wanted to sound, and a lot of people can't do that. I didn't know that, but from my understanding, a lot of people don't even write, which I'm not saying I'm so special, but I can hear music along with the song and the arrangement in my head. So I'm like, I'm basically done finished the project before I even go in the studio, and they think they're gonna sit here. Now I will take constructive criticism, but no, these guys, they wanna, let me give you this beat so that I can make money off of it when it hit, and if you don't get permission from me, then you can't use this beat. I done been through that stuff, so I already know. I was like, no, I'm buying this beat straight out, bro. Well, how much is it? I'm buying it straight out, sign the paper. I knew that from back in the day, from hands on. But what I said all that to say is, yeah, I just use these people as a reflection because we are all humans having a spiritual beings having a human experience. We are no better than nobody else. And when you get all caught up in that ego and you don't know who you are, because we are not black people, we're indigenous people. A lot of us, you know, we don't really know. We need to study and figure out who we are. You know, even in school when they was telling me we came over here on those ships and stuff, I wasn't really buying that story. I wasn't buying that story because I'm like, that ain't what my grandmama and the elders told me. They ain't know nothing, don't know nothing about no slave ships. And I'm like, my people always they always work for themselves and had, you know, land. And my grandma would tell me stories of how they took most of the land and stuff, what she had on land on both sides of the road, and she was left with a, you know, maybe like a 20 some acres or whatever after they got done with the bankers helping the crooks and the lawyers take the land and stuff or whatever. So yeah, it didn't make any sense to add up. So we really need to go within first, not be influenced by outside sources, and figure out who we are and work on ourselves. And we will become righteous rulers. And it's still a chance for these people too. It's not over for them. They still got a chance for redemption. They still have a chance to fix themselves and reconcile with these with people that they even if they done passed on. Some of these people done got rid. They had, think about it. You got all that money and you already messed up in the head. They done probably got rid of people and everything. Well, that mean they got to reconcile with the dead and stuff too. But let's see. But yeah, that's good that they came together and that they got it right. And he said it. He said he was broke then. But look, here we go. I got something else for you, and I'm getting out of here soon.
You don't like me? You motherfucking get to it, nigga. You don't like me? You motherfucking front, get to it, bitch. Don't fucking play with me on Halloween. I'm out here with love, nigga. You wanna have love? What up? Come out here and I'll bust your shit. Nah, hey, keep it pimping. Pussy, hey, so you don't never talk to me like that, nigga. I'm love, nigga. Tyler the Great. Hey, hold on. I don't think that you heard me. Smell like Kim Kardashian.
We play that part through there.
It's gonna be a glorious night when you go to the power of the Creator. Let's go. When I speak to you, you'll speak back. Don't be rude. So tonight, it's gonna be a special night. Everybody's so serious, but we're about to go to Club Love. Club Love. Yes, you can't probably just let's stand home. You know the Joker don't play that, baby.
He played that part too damn good for me. But he embodied it.
Tyler, you are my favorite rapper in the world. He looks beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, lovely. This is top tier. Get out of the car. Man, you got a problem? Keep that shit macking, man. You're really taking over my energy. You want to hurt you? So what did I do to you? Don't do it for this crowd. What did I do to you? Don't you know who I am? Do you know who I am? Bro, for what? Bro, you know who I am? So love, bro. So love, bro. Yo, bro. So love. Come here, give me a hug, though. You lucky, though, nigga. You lucky. You know, I'm really about that. But I love you. And we're together. We're strong together. Would you like to go play?
He played that part better than the daggone one on TV. He was ready to beat that man. You know what? Ice, ICE. But yeah, even him, you know, what y'all think the end of him gonna be? You think he going to jail, or they just gonna take most of his money? Because how they say how you get it is how you lose it. You know, they say if you the wicked will be no more. That's what the Bible be saying. And I'm not religious, but some of that stuff do be true. That they won't be remembered. That's bad. These people do all this stuff that our people need to stop doing anything for money and fame and have some integrity, because you cannot just do anything for money, fame, and fortune and stuff like that. We need to go within and realize who we are. We are not who they told us we were, and go back to mama. That's where the curse comes from. Turning our back on mama water, okay? Turn back to mama water. If you don't know who she is, figure it out. Go within. That's where we come from. That's our true mother. Mama water and righteous father spirit. Turn back to them and your ancestors. I get up here and see these people talking about joking about ancestors. Do you realize these other cultures that's making it and pulling together and having shit? They all venerate their ancestors. We the only people that don't do it. And look at where we are. We don't honor we need to heal our ancestors and all that, because they all within us. It ain't about worshiping the dead. It's about our DNA and genes and going within and connecting with that and healing past trauma from different timelines and past lives and all that, and connecting with the earth, connecting with spirit, connecting with the universe. We got to go back to the spiritual. We got to. That's the curse. The curse is that we believe the lie of the oppressor and we admire the oppressor. Look at where we are. We wanted to become like him, and he ain't even doing this. He do it, but he doing it in a secret way. And they stuff even coming down. They built this fake matrix, and it's all coming down. You see it now. It's been falling for a while. It's over. It's been over. It's been over. It's just they just going through the motions, and it's time for us to rise up as the righteous ruler. If you're doing wrong, stop. It ain't about judging other people. It's about you weighing yourself out with them scales and judging yourself, getting yourself right, and controlling your demons and going back to mama. Yeah, there is a father God, a righteous father, but it ain't in the aspect we've been taught in these religions. We can't put it in a book. We can't put it in a box. We can't put it in a church. It's infinite. It's an energy. Everything is energy, and it's only balance, and it's only unconditional love and the pure intent. Even if you operating in dark light, it's only balance. It's only balance. And you know, in this, when you come into this realm, it's certain stuff you don't do. You don't hurt nobody unless you defending yourself. You don't hurt no child and no animals and stuff like that. If you're doing it, then damn it, stop. And if you can't stop, then figure out how to by getting your soul right and going deep within and tapping into that trauma and working on yourself, working on you. You know, and stop finding comfort in that ego. Stop finding comfort in that money. Stop finding comfort in that fame and in that praise that you get from these people that are sheeple that just want to be led to the slaughter. Go with inside and work on you and be authentic and keep it real. Like I said, I commend him because a lot of people wouldn't have told that they prayed for their baby to get out of here because it would ruin their marriage and stuff. And they definitely wouldn't have told that they let their friend get away with essaying their child because they were their best friend. A lot of people have done that though. Both of them. But they won't go in the mirror and look in the mirror and admit the truth to themselves. But this is Moon Goddess 777. Y'all please like, subscribe, and share and support our organization because we are doing a lot of stuff in the community and we're expanding. But this has been Moon Goddess 777. I thank y'all. And as you come in and you look at it later on, please like and share your comments. Let me know what you think about this live. See y'all later. Have a wonderful weekend and love, unconditional love. And healing, balance, wholeness, and oneness.